Welcome to the Alchemistic Laboratory. In this tutorial we're going to make the Majora's Mask from the Legend of Zelda. This is a reference image that I'm going to use. This I will leave in the description down below. Once you add some materials, the result will be like this. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial and let's jump right in. Okay, first things first. We grab the cube and we go to the front view. And then we can just drag and drop our image. Here I just need to center it, something like this. The material, make a bit transparent, front only, and that's it. We move it a bit in the back. And what we need to do is draw the heart shape of the mask. So for this we need a control point curve. Then we just draw some points around here and we just accommodate them. Okay. The next step would be to draw one line from here with a curvature and finishing it here. So we draw another control point curve and we draw something like this. So now you have half heart. Now from here we just need to extrude this line here and this line to the back. And we hide these two blue curves and we grab the black edges. We loft them with G1 and then we can just delete these other faces and this we can mirror. And now we have our heart. So this is what we look for. Now the next thing to do would be to give some volume to the mask. So for this case I need to duplicate it, then scale it. But I need to be sure that I do it correctly. For example, I just press Shift D to duplicate and then I press S to scale and I snap it to the origin. So now from here I just scale it uniformly, so that I around give the same distance, maybe a bit more from the Y. I check that everything is relatively similar and I accept. So now what I need to do is I hide this blue curve, I select these edges and I press L to loft. G1 I don't find it so bad, I think I like it. G0 is too flat. I will leave it in G1. I accept and then I just need to grab everything and join them. So now the mask is a solid. So the next thing we can do would be, for example, this kind of details, these lines, the eyes and so on. So for this, let's say we can grab another control point curve. And I'm just going to draw it really fast so that you can do it with more peace at home. Now you see that I am expanding it away from the curve. The point is that later I need to imprint it. But first let me just make it a bit better. Okay, this is good enough. I'm going to duplicate it, join these lines, and I'm going to also do this one here. So I start outside of the mask, then I come here, and I just start to draw something like this. You can duplicate it, mirror it, join them. This one as well, I can start doing it now. This one, I think I would do one line first, the white one. And then I would do another line here. Then this line I would also do here, so another line. These two lines I need to join. Mirror. For these holes I can start with a circle. Then just draw here. I duplicate this one, move it around here. So as you can see, it's pretty much straightforward. I think the biggest complication would be to make the heart shape. But you see that making this way, I think the heart is one of the easiest shapes. And I just duplicate this here, put it somewhere here. Here I would do another duplicate, put it somewhere here, scale it, and I just duplicate this circle, and then I am going to draw one line from wherever, doesn't matter, so from here to here, and I just need to be sure that it says tangent and tangent, and accept. Also here I can draw, for example, the line here, and I just try to make it until it says tangent to tangent, accept, and then you see that they are straight, so I just need to trim here and trim here. And these pieces I just need to join, put it there, and duplicate it 2 times, so one here and one here. And these ones I just need to scale them, so I just grab the vertex and scale them just a bit, and this one move it as well somewhere here, so it's like a little stair. So now I just rotate them and accommodate them. Okay, I have this thing, I have this one as well, a control point curve from here to here, a control point to here. Okay, now comes this part of the eye, so I start from here. So basically I am just trying to make all the lines that the mask has. So I think now I have all the lines. So what I can start doing is I can start imprinting them, but let me first do the eye. So for this I just grab one circle, I snap it to the face, put it here, and don't press yet accept, because otherwise it's making a boolean, so I need to make a new body. So with this is with B, click and accept. So now I just need to scale it and be sure that it is correctly positioned. So in this case I think it's too big, so I think it's correct. Just on the side I need to scale it, and I just rotate it. Now I think it's okay, and accept. Then I draw another curve and another little one here. So I think now we have almost everything. Now it's just a matter of imprinting the curves. So for this we grab all the curves. We need to move them in front of the mesh, like this. And for example, we can start imprinting the eye. So we grab these 2 circles, imprint them here. Then we have it there. This we can hide. Now this line, I can also imprint it here. So now it gives us the shape. So I just need to grab these 2, and I need to press P to make a pipe. And I just need to grow it. So somewhere to the same size as this black line. So in this case, you can either choose to leave it like this with this boolean in the negative, or I actually prefer to make a new body. And then there we go. So now I will make this the same for the eye. So I'm imprinting to the mask. And here I am just going to make the same P. Somewhere like this. Press B for new body. And there we have it. Now the eye, I'm going to extrude this face. This little offset I think is okay. Then I grab this edge and I just make a soft chamfer. Like this. The same for the inside. I think it's looking good. Now these pieces here I can also imprint them so that I have in the mask. I can just here come and offset them inside. Now just be careful because remember you did the mask volume, so if you got too deep you will go through it, so just be careful with there. And I just need to round this. So now we have our holes, so these pieces, these curves we can hide. I'm going to start doing this one as well. So imprint this curvature and I'm going to make this as well with the pressing P. Now here you need to be careful. You see that it's making this artifact or this strange bending. So in this case you can return, delete the impression with X and modify a bit this curvature and then just imprint it and do it again. But for this tutorial I'm just going to leave it so. I think it's good enough. I'm going to press B for new body and accept. Now what else can we do? For example, these lines, I'm going to imprint them. Now for this curve I can grab it, I can press the same, I can press P again, then I can just expand it. But in this case I don't want this cylinder, I want that it is a cube. So in this side, in the left side, you can press the vertex count to 4 because I want it to be rectangular. So you see that I start to have this shape, but I want actually to be rotated. So maybe a bit bigger, like this. And in this case I also want it to be a new body. So now you see that I have this shape and I can accept. So this piece would be not cylindrical but like a carving, like you start to carve the mask, and it's just a matter of later softening it. For example, something like this. And we need to do the same thing for these pieces. So you press P, expand it, convert it with vertex count to a rectangular with 4, rotate, can make it a bit bigger, press B for new body and accept. And this you can do for the rest of the faces. So you see now that our mask is getting a bit the shape that we want. Now I'm going to delete the redundant topology. So redundant topology. I prefer to have the clean meshes. And I'm going to grab these two lines. I'm going to imprint them. And now you see that here starts to cause some troubles. So for this case, I can just come here, delete this face, and try to imprint it again. So now it is working. So sometimes you need to, these are some bugs that I have discovered in plasticity. So sometimes you need to redo some things or change the order of things, etc. So I have this face now, and this I also want to maybe make it outside a bit. So we are almost finished. I think we can, so for this piece I can grab, imprint it. We grab these lines, press P like this, press B for new body and accept. Okay, cool, it's getting good. So I think the only line missing is this one, so we can imprint it. We grab these lines, and what we can do is, for example, press P again, so we can do something like this, maybe a bit less. Okay, there. So you see here it's also making this strange bending, so this you can also take care of with P's. But I'm going to try if it's how it looks with the 4. I think it doesn't look so bad. So I'm going to press new body and accept. I'm making a soft chamfer here. And there we have it. I think we have our mask. We just need to have, no, it's not true. So we need to make this also other lines. So just something like this. We move them to the front. And from here I just press Shift I to imprint them. And we grab these pieces. You can also press P to make it. So in this case I also want them to have a bit of a depth, as if it's carved inside the wood. So I think I will leave it like this. Grab these lines and try to make a chamfer. So these ones as well. Okay, something like this. So you see, these details I also like a lot. This kind of carving inside. But I think now we have our mask. Maybe these edges inside are too hard. Okay, and I think it looks quite good. So we can just grab one line, cut this piece, this we delete, and then we can just mirror it, mirror the eye, and these shapes we can just mirror. So this is how our mask is looking. I think it's quite okay. Maybe this edge I need to also round. And perfect, I think it's good. For the spikes, I just need to make a cylinder. Something like this. Going to move it here, rotate it. So I'm just trying to make something quick here. Something like this. And this face I can just, with the white circle, I can just make it lower, for example there. And I can just scale it and bring it up. So now we have this spike or horns. Then I can just rotate this one, move it. Okay. And duplicate for all the other pieces. Now you can do this with more calm, make them a bit thicker, a bit skewer. So this is depending on you. For example there. So now we just need to cut these pieces, boolean them. So I grab this one and then the spikes. Then I press Q and Shift Q and accept. So the Shift Q makes that these pieces are everything separated from each other. And then these holes, let's make it a bit easier. I just, this piece I can delete for the moment. This these and these pieces, I can boolean them, Q and Q, this one as well. So now we have this. We delete the redundant topology. So now it's much better, it's cleaner. And these spikes are one single piece. That's why the Shift Q. So now that we have this part, I can mirror it. And let's do something just a bit more. So I grab this line, press O to offset it, and we make a face like this. Now this face I can also extrude it just a bit. Grab this line and make a chamfer so that it's looking like it's put it in. So these details you can do with more piece, you can add much more details. The point is that making the mask looks good. Now in this case it maybe doesn't work. So for this I'm trying to make it much easier and just drawing a line here and some other line here. So here I'm going to, so with these 3 lines I'm going to cut each other. So I cut these pieces and then I just need to offset the faces. So if it's not working the offset face, then just press thicken. This one should work. This one, it works. And it works. Okay, so now I have these pieces. And I think that's it. I think we finished the mask. We just need to mirror these objects. And let's see how it looks. Okay, I think our Majora's mask is finished. I think it's looking good. If you want, you can also delete these faces, so it's the same procedure. So you grab, let's first make these 2 join. So now I have a single piece of the mask. And what I can do is grab the eyes, Q and Shift Q, so that we can delete these pieces. And the eyes I can, the back side of the eyes I can join. So I think I am quite happy with the result. So if you like this tutorial, please like, share and subscribe. This helps me a lot. And I appreciate all the others who have already subscribed. Thank you very much. I'm quite happy. Okay, now I think the only thing missing is taking this to Blender, putting some material, some lights, and let's see how it looks. Okay, now I am in Blender, and this is our mask. In my opinion, it looks quite cool. So now I just need to make the floor that is going to reflect the lights. So for this I go to Plasticity again, and I draw something like this. Just draw a line, make a fill with beam. Now extrude it, move it to the center, and we come back to Blender. So now here in Blender I'm going to make these cycles, and I'm going to add my lights. So I'm going to press surface area light. I go up, scale. I'm going to make it brighter, so 100. With 100 looks okay. So I will leave it like this. Maybe I will add a light down this time. I want something, for example, when you tell a scary story and then you used to put the light from the bottom to up. So something that looks a bit more scary. Then I'm just going to make some helper lights around here. Maybe look a bit darkish for the moment, but we can change this after. So for the back side, I'm going to make a new material. In this case, let's make it a bit reddish. And we can start adding some materials to the mask. For example, this is a bit purplish. This line is a new material, a black. This is like an orange. Now this one I forgot to mirror, so we can just, so for this we just grab a modifier which is mirror. And we just add the materials to the rest of the things. The whites, I would like if it's more like a bone color. So we grab the horns, new material, it's like a greenish. So this I'm just doing it a bit quick. Remember, you can do it better at home. Okay, so now we just need to grab the mask, make a new material, select these faces. So in this case, I realized that this part is not going to be easily selected. So for this, I can go back to Plasticity and I can start to imprint the curves again. So for example, I grab these curves. This one I need to mirror. And I imprint them in the mask. So now I can have this separated, which is what we need. So I just need to refresh the connection and select these pieces, make a new material, red, and assign it. Here we grab these faces. Grab a new material, something like this, assign. Now these ones, I can come and just make it dark. This one as well dark. These ones here, dark. Now there is this piece here. Now for the eye, I'm going to make something quick. I'm going to select this, make a new material. I'm just making it like orange. And the eyes, we make green. And here I make it black. Now these pieces, I was thinking maybe making them with an interesting material. For example, let's make them a bit metallic. Let's try it like this. This is just a thing. Don't like it black, so I'm going to make it like this. I'm not going to make it metallic. Something like this. Let's see how it looks. I think it looks not so bad. So this is a bit too dim. I'm going to make it brighter. Just need to make the lights a bit brighter, and I'm going to make something with the lightning here on the sides. Let's make it maybe like this, 200. Now we go to the camera and we can just experiment a bit. I'm going to select the purple material and I'm going to make in the normal bump, and then noise texture. I'm just going to make a little distortion of the thing so that it looks semi-rough. It looks rough. Now this, I'm going to copy them and I just need to paste them in all the other materials. I'm just experimenting here. You can do something with more calm at home, better. So here as well. So I think we finished finally. Let's make the render, see how it looks. If you like this tutorial, please like, share and subscribe. This helps me, thank you. So let's make the render and see how it looks. Okay, the render is finishing, but I think I'm happy with the mask. I'm liking some details, especially the details that are making this with more personality, like this carving inside, carving outside. There are some details I would maybe improve a lot. For example, the lightning I'm not so happy yet, but this you can improve at home with calm, do it better like me. Maybe some details, for example, these horns, maybe make them a bit more skew. The gradient of the eyes, this is also important. But in general, I think it's okay. So I think at this point, we can say ex luto ad auream. Thank you, and see you next time.